If you're planning to travel abroad in 2026 and you're confused between the United States, the United Kingdom, or Canada, this video will save you from making a costly mistake. Because here's the truth, not all tourist visas are processed the same way. Some involve interviews, some are purely document based, some are strict about finances, and some reject silently without telling you much. So today, I'm breaking down the tourist visa comparison between the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, specifically for Indian applicants. We'll compare processing time, interview difficulty, financial proof, rejection reasons, and finally, which one is easier in 2026? Let's start. And before we start, please do not forget to subscribe my channel. First, understand this clearly. The US tourist visa process is very different from the UK and Canada. For the United States, you must attend a visa interview at the embassy or consulate. This is mandatory for most applicants. For the United Kingdom, there is usually no interview, it is mostly documentation based. For Canada, again, mostly documentation based plus biometrics. Interviews are rarely for tourist visas. So if you are someone who is nervous about face-to-face interviews, and this already makes a big difference, the US focuses heavily on the verbal answers and confidence. The UK and Canada focus more on the documents and financial strength. Now let's talk about processing times in 2026. For the US, you first book biometrics and interview. Appointment wait times can vary depending on the city. After interview, if approved, passport is usually returned within the few days. For the UK, after biometrics, decisions usually takes a few weeks. Priority services are sometimes available at extra cost. For Canada, processing time can fluctuate. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes there are delays due to application volume. So if you need a visa urgently, timing becomes important. The US can be quick after interview approval, but getting an interview slot can really take time. The UK is generally predictable. Canada can sometimes test your patience. Financial requirements. This is where most people get confused. Let's talk about bank balance and financial proof. For the US, there is no officially stated minimum balance, but officers want to see strong financial stability and proof that you will return to India. Salary, ITR, which is income tax return, travel history, everything matters in United States visas. For the UK, they carefully calculate whether your bank balance supports your declared trip duration. If you say you're staying 10 days, your funds must logically match that. For Canada, financial proof is very important. They look at your savings, employment stability, and travel intent very seriously. Now, here's the myth. Many people believe keeping 10 to 15 lakhs in the bank for 1 month guarantees approval. That is absolutely not true. Visa offices look for consistency, not sudden deposits. Your financial story must make sense. If your income, savings, and travel plan don't align, that's a red flag. Now let's talk specifically about interviews. For the United States, common tourist visa interview questions include: why are you visiting? Who is funding your trip? What do you do for work? Have you traveled before? The officer mainly checks: do you have strong ties to India? Will you return? Is your purpose genuine? For the UK and Canada, since interviews are rare, your documents must speak clearly for you. Weak cover letter, unclear travel plan, inconsistent employment details, these can hurt your chances. So in summary, US interview pressure, immense. UK documentation clarity, Canada financial strength plus intent proof. What are the common rejection reasons? Let's go ahead and talk about those. For the US, the most common reason is failure to prove strong home ties. If the officer feels you may not return, refusal is immediate. For the UK, insufficient funds or unclear source of money is common. Also, mismatch between declared plan and bank balance. For Canada, weak travel history, unclear employment stability, or doubts about return intent. One important thing that you need to consider is previous travel history helps, but it is not mandatory. Strong documentation can still get approval even without heavy travel history. So the big question that you're going to ask is, which a visa is easier for Indians in 2026? If you're confident in interviews and have stable employment, the United States is achievable. If you prefer document-based system with clear guidelines, the United Kingdom may feel more straightforward. If you have strong savings, stable job, and good paperwork, Canada can also be smooth. There is no universally easy visa. It depends on your financial profile, your travel history, your job stability, and your ability to prove return intent. Before you apply for any of these visa, make sure your documents are honest, consistent, and logically aligned. Don't rush the applications. You don't apply just because somebody said this country is easy. If this video helped you understand the differences clearly, subscribe for more practical visa and travel guidance, and comment below which country are you planning to apply in 2026. I will see you in the next one, and thank you so much for watching Food Travels Probably.